Hello viewers, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Rudy from Kolkata, West Bengal, and I am presently working as a medical and nodal officer of the COVID-19 pandemic in West Bengal. So I am making this vlog in order to share some information with you where this information may help you to combat COVID-19 in coming days. As you know that third wave is coming and everyone is predicting different types of things about third waves. They are telling about Delta plus variant. Also they are telling that the pediatric population will get more affected. So all these type of myths and facts I will be discussing here in this video. So please share the video with your friends and family so that they can also get benefited with these informations, and others also can get benefited by your sharing. And kindly like, subscribe and share the video so that this video can reach many people and I can also get the motivation to make some more videos. So let's begin the video. And as we are discussing about the COVID-19 pandemic and about the third phase, which is predicted to be affecting disproportionately high burden among the pediatric population, and therefore it is very much necessary to prepare for future sudden surge of the COVID cases in the pediatric groups. So the estimated burden of COVID-19 in the children is the national and international data indicating the maximum of 2 to 3% of the children requiring hospitalization in wave 1 and wave 2. However, to meet the surge in India, we need to be ready for a little higher number. For an indicative projection, a figure of 5% with the COVID-19 cases, which has been estimated to be requiring the hospitalization among the pediatric population. In second wave, 2 to 3% of the children require hospitalization in the first and second wave. To estimate the future requirement, that is considered to be 5%, nearly 5% will require hospitalization. If 4 lakh cases were recorded in a day, approximately 50,000 of the infected age group will be less than 20 years. 95% of the cases in pediatrics are expected to be asymptomatic cases or mild symptomatic cases, which require home isolation and admission in the COVID care center or safe houses if home isolation facility is not available. More than 3% of the cases are expected to be in moderately ill or moderately moderate symptoms. Then 3% of the population, 3% of the pediatric population is expected to get moderate symptom and which require oxygen support and hospitalization. And less than 2% of the cases will require some ICU setup or HDU setup for managing the respiratory distress like problems. As the child will get noticed by the family members at first, so it is very much important for the family members, especially mother or some other close person who are very close to that child. So among the symptoms, we have to discuss and we have to look around the symptoms in order to predict the problem among the pediatric population as soon as possible, because the pediatric population has a problem that they cannot express the symptoms and their problems properly. So we have to observe and keep the symptoms under our notice so that some problem we can just take some good initiative before some problem or serious issues arrive. Among the symptoms, the fever and respiratory symptoms are the most common type of symptom as of COVID symptoms in earlier phases. So this can also be seen among the children with COVID-19 affection. So now let's discuss about the COVID-19 symptom among the pediatrics. The symptom will be much more similar as of the first and second wave. It is expected to be. The symptom among the pediatric population for the third wave COVID-19 is expected to be very much same as of the population that has faced in the first and second wave. The symptom will include fever, malaise. Also for the fever, if it is going for high grade fever for 3 days and above 5 days for the fever is persisting, and the fever is when the patient is having paracetamol or sort of medicine, the fever is coming, or again the fever is coming. These are the danger signs where the patient should, patient party or the patient parents should consult the doctor in order to monitor the patient about the condition of that time. MISC is another symptom, that is multi-system inflammatory syndrome among the children. This MISC is a multi-system inflammatory syndrome that may also can be seen in this COVID-19 pandemic, this time additionally, apart from the other symptom. The symptom can be divided into three parts, that is mild symptom, or that is some symptom that needs only isolation and care from the home only. Moderate symptom, where you can just put the patient in some safe home or COVID centers or some hospital if you want, but it will not be mandatory because the requirement will not be that much for the patient. But in another type of symptom is the severe symptom, or the symptom which needs ICCU or HDU type of facilities, which will have some severe respiratory type of symptom. So we will be telling the mild symptoms. Mild symptoms include sore throat, rhinorrhea, that is sneezing, watering from the eyes and noses, blocked noses, and coughing. But no fast breathing or respiratory problem or any type of respiratory symbols or signs or symptoms can be seen. It is expected in mild symptom, and this category will be considered as mild symptom. So now the moderate symptom. In moderate symptom, the breathing will be a bit faster. It will be a bit faster. Along with that, the other symptoms like blocked noses, anosmia, that is loss of smell and taste, respiratory problems, some breathlessness may come. Apart from this, the coughing, the cold, the coughing, the sneezing, some sore throat, all this type of symptom can require some medical attention with oxygen therapy. This is considered as a moderate type of symptom. And the severe symptom includes severe pneumonia, ARDS, sepsis, septic shock, MODS, pneumonia with any kind of cyanosis or oxygen saturation less than 90, increased respiratory efforts, lethargy, seizure, all these type of things are considered in the severe type of symptoms. So in mild symptom, if some mild symptom arises, you have to do the COVID-19 test at first, and if it is coming positive, the children should have to be isolated, and home isolation is the best part. If there is no as such facility of isolating the patient in the home, so the patient can be transferred to the nearest COVID center or COVID safe home. And in mild symptom, the same thing with home isolation, but in case of oxygen therapy and other things where the patient needs some medical attention, at that time the patient can be rushed to the hospital in order to get that thing. But in severe symptom, when the severe symptom will arise, at that time no patient can be inspired to stay at home. Means this in this type of conditions, the patient should be rushed to the hospital in order to get the best possible treatment for that scenario. So don't waste the time in case of any severe symptom where you are finding the severe symptoms of the patient. So go to the hospital, but before that you have to be sure that the patient has got RT-PCR positive, because without that RT-PCR positive, the patient will be transferred to the SARI department, where all the types of patient along with the COVID patients who are not positive are treated. So you have to make the test earlier, and after that you should go to the hospital and admit the patient if required. So these are some signs when a child or a person who is affected by COVID-19 gets this type of danger signs, or that is red flag signs. they should be rushed to the hospital, or a doctor consultation is essential. The signs are, the parents should look for this type of signs, that is fast breathing, increased work during the breathing, means the patient is exerting much more effort in order to get the breathing process done on a regular basis. Then the bluish discoloration may also be seen in the tip of the nose, in the fingernails, and other lips and other parts, which is known as cyanosis. The SpO2 should be monitored, and the SpO2, if comes down below 94%, so it should be taken into consideration, and the serious doctor advice should be taken. If the doctor finds the patient to be much more serious, that cannot be who cannot be kept at home, he or she should be admitted in the hospital if necessary. And other signs are, if the patient is not taking or accepting the feeds, and that means you are trying to feed the patient, but the patient is not accepting the feeds, and the patient is not liking to have some thing that can be eat, that he or she can eat. Lethargy. Also for the fever, if it is going for high grade fever for 3 days and above 5 days, for the fever is persisting, and the fever is when the patient is having paracetamol or sort of medicine, the fever is coming, or again the fever is coming. These are the danger signs where the patient party or the patient parents should consult the doctor in order to monitor the patient about the condition of that time. So these are the signs, and these are the danger signs which you can follow in order to make the patient, in order to isolate the patient, or in order to mark the patient who are in danger, who can say. So these are the things. So these are the red flag signs that I have told you must have to watch in your child or in other person who is affected with COVID-19. And if these types of signs comes, at that time rush the patient to the hospital or the nearest medical officer or any doctor or general physician who is available. Don't take any decision, don't take any medicine at your own. Always rely on the doctors, on the hospital, in order to get the patient benefited with the medicines they are prescribing, because taking some medicine suppressing the fact may also lead to some dangerous consequences that is not at all awaited. COVID-19, and this time we are seeing a tendency among the people that they are not at all inspired to do some RT-PCR test if some symptom comes, and when the doctor asks them to do. I don't know why this thing is coming among the population, because doing a test merely will give you some positive or negative results. If the result is coming positive, it is not something, it is not some type of disease that where the society will just boycott you or something. It is for some days you should be isolated in order to prevent the society from the spread, nothing more than that. After some days of isolation, you will, if you are fit and fine, you are ready to go out and enjoy your normal day, normal life. So I think you shouldn't ignore yourself from or restrict yourself from doing the RT-PCR test whenever it is required. Please do the RT-PCR test and make yourself secured against COVID-19. So these are the signs and symptoms that you should follow in among the children, and if you find one or two of these symptoms within your child, go for an RT-PCR test, and if the RT-PCR test is coming positive according to the gradation of simple symptom, that is if it is mild, then make the child isolated in a room. The room should be well ventilated, and if the child is below 5 years or the child who needs a caretaker, the mother can accompany the child with all COVID appropriate behaviors, that is wearing the mask. The mother can also breastfeed the child if she wants. There is no problem in breastfeeding the child, but the COVID appropriate precautions, that is wearing mask, sanitizing your hands, washing your hands, changing the clothes with which you are getting exposed to the patient, and all these type of things can be done. And the mother can also stay along with the COVID-19 patient if the baby needs some attention or caregiver in order for his or her survival. Next, the COVID-19 appropriate protocol should be maintained among the population, among the family, with the children. If the children is about 5 years of age, ask the children to wear mask whenever the children is going out for playing or playing with some other friends. Try to maintain the 6 feet distance among the two friends, and make your children learn this thing of making the distance from the other friends and all, and washing the hands numerous times whenever you are going outside, whenever you are coming after playing, and before having your foods and all. Wash your hands with a normal means soap, or means liquid soap, or any bar type of soap, whatever, but number of times you have to do the thing, and sanitize your hands and other parts of exposed parts of the body. And most important, change your clothes which you are using outside. Try to keep the clothes away from the clothes that you are using inside. So all these type of protocols you should maintain. If you maintain these protocols, wearing the mask, sanitizing your hands, washing your hands, keeping a 6 feet distance among other peoples, I think the COVID can be combated very easily, and it will not affect the population so severely. So you should encourage these things, and your behavior should be restricted. Your normal behavior should be restricted for the time being, and should practice this type of behaviors in order to make yourself protected from COVID-19 and others also, so that the COVID-19, the line or the chain of protection, chain of spread may be stopped. Maybe we can break the chain, so that the we can get rid of all these type of problems and all nuisances that are happening nowadays and forever. So don't be afraid of the COVID-19. We are just working in COVID-19 wards and with the COVID-19 patient, but we are also maintaining the COVID appropriate protocols, and we are just protecting ourselves and other patients also. So if we can do the thing, so you people also can do the same thing. There is no problem in using a mask, in maintaining a social distance, and some sanitizer, or washing your hands and clothes. So you should be aware of the fact, and you should just follow these 3 to 4 steps. And apart from this, nothing is required in order to kick COVID out of this world. So I think you should follow all these steps, and there is nothing new about it. You all know the thing, but still you should follow the thing from the core of your heart, and you should avoid by this rule, so that you can just get benefited and you can just save the whole world. So each and every effort in the population will make COVID in a position that they cannot defeat us, but we can defeat the COVID patients. So kindly like, share and comment, and also subscribe to my channel, so that I can just make the channel, make more videos, and can share it to you people, so that you can also get benefited out of this video.